Hi YouTube viewers, welcome back to my next video. So in this video we are going to see, this is the day 2 actually. We'll be going to see the login page, and that's it, the simple login page where for this no need of creating table. We will use this table and we'll validate if user is logged in and login, just login. We have not kept it logout, so we need to use this functionality of logout also. So let me add logout. So one day has been increased again, day for the logout. So simple. So in using login we need to deal with things called session. So we need to store the data in sessions and those things will be handled. Okay, so logout will not be here. Actually the logout part will be UI implementation of for login this, and here you go with the logout also, because login information can be done but logout cannot be implemented for API purpose. Okay, this logout can be implemented by using, which I call it like when token based system. If you do it, so if you does not receive your token correctly properly, then it means it should give you a warning that it has been logged out or something like that. So but here we are not going with token based system, so that's the reason we are not completely dealing with those things. It's a simple login where we will be using, and let us start the code. Public function, here we go and write our code, right? So basically here same as usual, we will get the username. In our previous video we have done our username, so similarly we'll get the username and also we get the password. Now let us before validating both of them, let us check whether this username exists or not. Okay, so people can enter by using username or email ID. Okay, so that's the reason. Let us check whether this username, whether it's existing or not in our database. To check that, this db where user name dollar user, otherwise this db where or email is the user name. Okay, dollar check username dollar this db get values from user. Okay, this is what if. Now this is the condition. If dollar check underscore username. Okay, username num underscore array we can do it like, here we give it as a num underscore rows, number of rows. Same thing we require it here, like we cancel it, and here we for this query number of rows. If there are number of rows, then only we need to do it, we need to do something else, we need to give a response. Similarly as in our previous video, we have created one array and then a message stating that user name or email id does not exist, right? And status to 0. Just what we will do, we will echo this as a JSON response so that our work is done. Echo JSON response, JSON, sorry, JSON not response, JSON encode, simple. And if number of rows are there, okay, then what we need to do, then we need to have a variable user details. We'll get the user details as check username underscore result. What we'll do here is, let us have here again result num underscore rows. Okay, num underscore rows, not array. We will get only rows because only one will be there, so that's the reason. So number of rows we will be getting it here, user details, right? Number of rows we will getting it here. And now we will check the password. If dollar user details of password is logically equals to md5 of dollar pass, then we need to tell it as, we need to give the response login success. We need to change the status to 1, else what we will do, we will give it to 0. Invalid password, we'll tell it as an invalid password. We'll give the status to a simple login md5 it is. Okay, that's all for login. Now let us check whether it's working perfectly or not. Since we have created already, we have created an email id password, so we will go with username and password. Here we the method called login, save it here. These all things are not mandatory, you can remove it like this. Username and password just answer required. Here you go with an error where, okay, so email id does not exist, username, let us write does not username. Let us see in our database whether it double s is not exist, so that's the reason we are getting it does not exist. Now if it is exist, we will get the status to 1. Invalid password, it is still what happened, the sc should be work. send the response also as well, like we can send it like phone, send the user details, remember your details, phone, last login, last. So you can send it like email id, because user may type email id or you may type username, so it's better to send the data which we have apart from the pass. Hope these things, 1 2 3 4 things, first name and last name, and send it out. Send that fields we have sent already apart from the password, and we have given the status equals to. If you check again by sending, then you will go. If you give a wrong user id, it tells that invalid password. User id exists but password is invalid. Why? Because in our database we have not yet made it hash we have not made it, so that's the reason the password is incorrect, but it is present. So that's all for this part of video where you got all your information. Yes, some of the people they want it into an array, so what you can always do, you can keep it like in this fashion and you can always send it out, because most of the people they think that it should be in array, right? So if you want it in array block, so that's it, simply you just keep a double box, you define it to be an array, then you work with it. That's the simple thing. So here also you can have this point in sign up case, you can have not in this, wherever you want to echo an output, so there you need to define it to be an array. So that's all for this video. In our day 3 we will see how we can retrieve the user id. So retrieving the user id is very simple. Here if you have a user id, same code will be, and then we will check of whether the password is we will send an email to our user stating that the password to reset the password. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching.